welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Kamala, and I don't normally look like this, but I really wanted to try a challenge for the week. I don't really do challenges here, mainly because I'm a mom, and it's hard for me to balance. Like, I can't do a 24-hour challenge. I always have my kids. It would be really difficult. And I do a lot of baking, and it would just be hard. But today I really want to try and do a spinner wheel, chooses my page count. So we're going to try. I did a spinner wheel on my tablet, and it goes from 100 to 300. And so we're just going to spin it and see what it lands on, because I want to do it tonight because today's Sunday night. I want to start a new book tomorrow called Dead Witch Hunting. That doesn't sound right. Dead Witch Walking by Kim Harrison. I have a book from that series. I think it's number 6 and number 8, and I have them on my nightstand. So I really want to start that book. But I want to do a spinner wheel, and I thought I might as well do it tonight so I can know how much I can read tomorrow, because I wake up at 5 in the morning and I usually am reading. So I wanted to start it. So I at least want to get to the page count. If I exceed the page count, that's fine. But I want to at least, like, if I have a day where it's kind of hard, I only have like 100, I want to at least get to 100. This is just like the minimum is that number. So we're going to spin and we're going to see what number we get for tomorrow. So let's try this. Ready? $200. That's not bad. I could totally do 200 pages. I'm going to hide it. So tomorrow when I spend for Tuesday, 200 can't be an option. But I'm excited. Let's do this.
Hey, so it's now Monday night. We decorated for Christmas. I've been trying to read. It didn't really work. Kind of got busy. I so far am not at 200 pages like I was supposed to. I'm around like 130, but also too, I think what's not helping is I'm really bored with Dead Witch Walking by Kim Harrison. There's so many books in that series, and I really thought I would like it like right away, but I'm really not. I'm around 130 and I just don't care. But I'm trying to get to the 200 pages to decide if I want to DNF it, because it's 430 or 416 pages. So if I at least get to 200, it's halfway. Because if I DNF that, then I pretty much am DNFing the entire series. But I want to do my spinner wheel because I need to figure out how many pages I'm reading tomorrow. So we're going to click it together. All right, there. Okay, 250. So whatever I don't read today, I need to tack it on to 250. Tomorrow's gonna be rough. I already know tomorrow's gonna be a rough one, but we're gonna give it a go. I'm really hoping it picks up by at least page 200, because if not, then I'm just gonna scrap that book, because I have 2 other books that I have. One of the books on my shelf. One of them, the first book is called Time Bound, and the other one is called, I think, Tantalize. I think those are the other 2 that I'm kind of looking at. If those ones also don't work, I have other books to read. So I really just wanted to try books that I have a book in the series, just not the first one, on my shelf. So, I mean, if I end up DNFing them, they're going to a free little library. It doesn't hurt. So far, as of right now, I need to finish my 200 pages. I'm around like 130-ish. And tomorrow, I have to read 250. Let's see how this works.
Hi. So I'm doing my very first video in front of my little Harry Potter village, which it took me and my husband almost an hour to put together because I don't know what it is. We're getting like 8 to 10 of these a year, and I don't know when it's going to stop. We've been getting them since 2020. We have a lot of them. So yeah, but I did use like my books to put them up because my son probably will start grabbing them if they're any lower than this. He doesn't understand, but I have a lot of updates for my reading. So today's Wednesday. I am so far 35 pages short on my reading. So whatever I spend today, I need to add 35 to it. But I did start Dead Witch Walking on Monday. Yes. So I have not updated since then. Wow, it's been a long time. Tuesday, I DNF'd it. I DNF'd it at 200 pages. I really did try. I didn't care about anything that was happening. Nothing actually happened, and I was very frustrated. Um, the only person in it that I liked was Jenks, and he's a little pixie, and he just has anything on his mind, and it was so funny when he talked. But anybody else, I didn't care. So I DNF'd it. I just couldn't do it. And then I started Tantalize. I read 54 pages, DNF'd that. That was a physical book that I was trying to read. I got to page 54 and I was like, I don't care about them trying to revamp a restaurant. I didn't care. I was like, and then like her trying to like, she likes her best friend Kieran, and she's been trying to like rub up on him, and he's like a hybrid werewolf, and he wasn't really doing anything. And I was like, I don't care. So got rid of that one. And then I did start Time Bound yesterday, got 148 pages in. And that one, okay, the only thing that I really like about it is that if you get it on Kindle Unlimited, you can get it to where it has the audio, but also certain pages has like drawings on them that you can push play and it like the drawing like moves on the screen. It was so interesting, but I also DNF that. So let me show you the books that I have of each series. So I have these two from Dead Witch Walking. These are going away. They will go to a free little library. It's number 6 and number 8. So I didn't even get through the first one. Then this one is, I think, the second of the series for Tantalize. Getting rid of it. I don't care. This is book number 3, and it's Time Bound is the first one that I was listening to. This is the one that had the really cool thing on Kindle Unlimited. This is going away. Well, then this morning, this morning I went through because I still have like just a handful of other series that I have, like a book in the series. It's just not the first one. So I picked up Glass Houses by Rachel Kane. This is the one I have. I think this is like book 9 or something of the series. Yeah, I got to page 59 and I don't care. What was happening to her, I was like, girl, why you're in college at like 16 years old, all because you freaking told a girl that World War II wasn't the Japanese, it was German or whatever, at Pearl Harbor and everything. Now she's out to get you and like she's trying to kill her. And I'm like, that seems very excessive. Very stupid. I don't like it. I'm getting rid of this one too. But I did start. So by the time I DNF this, I only have 35 pages left to finish off my 250 pages for yesterday. So I'm going to pick up the first book. I think this is the third one of this series. No, it's the second one. This is the second one. So I'm gonna pick up the first one. It's called The Raven Boys, which I have no idea how to say this last name, and I'm not going to try. And I'm gonna listen to it on Hoopla. We'll see how it goes. As of right now, I have DNF'd 4 books in technically 3 days, because today is Wednesday. I'm not in a book slump. I am just having a hard time picking up books that are holding my interest. I think too, I just have so many books I want to read, and a lot of them are in the middle of a series, and I need to go through them. But if I don't finish The Raven Boys, if I DNF it, I have one left by my bed. That will be the last shot. Because after that, I'm just going to have to pick up something that I want to read, because I really have a lot of books that are in the middle of a series on my shelf. Because I do still have some on this shelf, but they're underneath my village. And I made sure a lot of the books that I use have already been read. So I don't have to worry about trying to find a book to read. So we'll see. But I do have my book of the month book should be coming in soon. I picked Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. That was on my list for me to read soon anyways. I was just going to get on Kindle. But I'm like really excited because I'm getting the physical book in. And also The Rebel and the Rose, which is the second book of The Dagger and the Flame. I put Dagger and the Flame in my room because I want to read that one before Rebel and the Rose. So I at least have those 3 books that will be on my shelf that I can read. But I have a lot of Christmas books that I still want to read, so we'll see. But now I have to convince my son to give me my tablet so I can do my spinner wheel. Oliver, can you give me the tablet? Can I use it real quick? Yeah, they can't see you. You got brownie all over your mouth, buddy. Okay. Okay. So I got my spinner wheel up. I'm going to click that button. Can you click it? Click it. Let's see how many pages I'm going to read today. Click it. Oh, whoop. You clicked an ad. Let's not. How did you do that? Okay. Let's try it again. Click that little button right there.
Okay.
Do it. Oh, there we go.
Yes. Cookie.
175. That I can do. So I have 200 pages. No, 210 pages to read. Boom. Okay. Do you want the tablet back? There you go. Click that button. There we go. So now I have 210 pages. I don't even know how many pages the Raven Boys are. So I should probably turn that on and hope for the best. At this point, it's not audiobooks is my problem. It's a lot of these books are older. I think the newest book I tried The Raven Boys is 2012. Timebound is 2012, which Timebound was so confusing. I didn't understand anything that was happening. I really did try, but none of it made sense with the whole time travel situation and trying to explain. I just blanked and I didn't care. So I'm going to put these books all in an unhaul pile. I mean, I can sell them on Pango, but I don't know if anybody's really buying these books right now. I mean, I could put them up and see, and if nobody buys them, then I'll just go take them to my free little library down the road. But we'll see. I really hope this book does well for me, because I just cannot finish a book to save my life right now. Nothing is really hitting. Hey, so I am so excited. I don't know why my light is so bright right now, but disregard that. I met my read page numbers for today. It was 175 plus whatever I had left. I freaking went over by one page. I don't know how I did it, but I did DNF The Raven Boys by Maggie Steve Vatter. I don't know. I think my YA time is pretty much over. I used to love YA, not anymore. It's kind of hard for me to really get into it. And most of the ones that I've been DNFing are YA, or they're the older type of YA that I don't really care for anymore. So I did DNF that one. I did have another one on my shelf that was pretty much the same theme as the rest, and I'm just gonna get rid of it. But I did read Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood, and I'm so glad I left that for when I just really needed a quick, funny read. And I read the whole thing today. I gave it 4 stars. It was good. I really liked the whole, because I'm not a big amnesia trope person, but this, it made sense. Enemies to lovers with amnesia. Oh my God. And the way he declared his love to her. Oh my God. I loved it. It was so good. And so then I just picked up Falling by Christina Lauren. And I don't really know why everybody doesn't like this book. Like, it's very insta love, and I'm not a big fan of insta love, but it was okay. Like, it was fine. So I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't horrible, but the one thing I was confused about is he's a fallen angel, but he like sucks energy like a succubus or incubus or whatever the frick it's called. I was confused. But I mean, it wasn't atrocious. Everybody on BookTube that I've seen loves Hot for Slayer, but they hate Falling. They didn't really mind it. It was funny. It was quirky. It was whatever. But I need to do my spinner wheel for tomorrow, so I know how many pages to read. Because if I only have 100 pages, I think I'm only going to read Dungeon Crawler Carl just to get to where my husband's at, because I think I'm about 100 pages behind him. So we're going to spin. I said 100. It gave me 300. I was doing 100, saying 100 because it's my lowest number. 300 is my largest. Oh my God, I got a lot of my big numbers. Oh geez. Well, I guess I'm reading 300 pages tomorrow. You know what I could start tomorrow? Smitten by the Alien Saloon Owner. Oh, yes. I have been wanting to read it. I've been trying to figure out when to read it. Now's the time. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay. Well, hopefully I can read those 300 pages tomorrow. I don't even know if it's 300 pages, that book. We're going to check right now. I don't know if it's less than 300. Then I think the rest of it will probably be Dungeon Crawler Carl. I don't know. It's Smitten by the Alien Saloon Owner. I am so glad that I discovered Ursa Dax this year, because I absolutely love her books. They're 244. So I could read that in its entirety tomorrow. Maybe I can at least start it a little bit today when I'm in the bathtub, just to get a little ahead. Don't know. I really want to leave it for tomorrow. I might take a bath tomorrow morning and start it. That sounds like a really lovely idea. And then read Dungeon Crawler Carl tomorrow. I don't know. I have a busier day tomorrow because my cousin's getting married this weekend. And so some of my like aunts and cousins and stuff want to come and get their nails done. And so they're going to come over and hang out at my house, and I'm going to just do their nails or toes. So we'll see, but it's going to be a little bit harder to do the spinner wheel, but we're going to give it a go. So I'm excited. I have been wanting to read it, and I'm just so glad. So glad to be picking this up. Hey, so it's Friday. I was able to read my 300 pages yesterday, which I was very surprised. So, Wednesday night, let me backtrack. Let me go over everything all over again. So, Monday, I did start Dead Witch Walking by Kim Harrison. I read 104 pages. I was 96 short. So, Tuesday, I read the 96, and then I DNF'd it at 200 pages. Like, I did not care about anything that was going on. Rachel is a witch. She's an FMC. She's the FMC. And then there was Ivy also that she lived with her. She was a vampire. And literally the first 200 pages, nothing ever happened. The only one I cared about was Jenks. He's a pixie. He was the only character in that whole story that I even cared about. And on Tuesday, I did start Tantalize. I got 54 pages in, DNF that. I just could not get connected to it at all. So that got DNF'd. And then that same day, I started Time Bound, which I read 148 pages, and I DNF'd it because I seriously had no idea what was going on. The time travel in it made absolutely no sense. And I didn't like it. I just did not like the writing style. There were two incidences that had my attention, but it was so brief. And I was like, yeah, no, can't do it. But because I DNF'd it, I still had 94 pages remaining on Tuesday. So on Wednesday, I started Glass Houses by Rachel Kane. I did also DNF that one at 25%. I really thought I would like it, and I did not. I just think also because she's in college, she's 16, and they were hinting about vampires, but I really could care less. And like the reason why she wants to be out of the dorms, that girl like bullied her, and for absolutely no reason. Like she really just wants somebody to despise, and I was like, she was easy pickings, and I just did not care. I don't really care about like bully stuff really, like especially like that. It's not a bully romance. It's this girl just wants to be mean to everybody. So I still had 35 pages remaining to read for Tuesday's, spin. So I started The Raven Boys, and I read 44 pages of that and also DNF'd it. I was like, I am having such a hard time at this point, and I'm just DNFing everything. And I was like, the good thing is these are not the books I have for these series. It's not the first one. So I wanted to read the first one to see if I wanted to continue. If not, I want to get rid of the book. So I'm getting rid of those books. I'm getting rid of all of them. But The Raven Boys, that one, I could care less. I could care less. I was just like, nothing is grabbing my attention. Usually something will grab my attention within the first chapter of something, and none of these did that. Not one. So all of those got DNF'd. And so Wednesday, I spun 175 pages. So by the time I DNF'd The Raven Boys, I still had 131 pages remaining. So I was like, you know what? We're going to have fun. Like, I am sick and tired of DNFing stuff. And also, I don't have any more books on my shelf right here for me to read that are part of series that I don't have the first one. I don't have any more on there. So I did Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood, Scared Sexy, the first one. It's an Amazon original. And if you get it through Kindle Unlimited, it comes with the audio. And I really like this one. Because I read all the series. I read all of them. I don't necessarily know my order as of right now. I'll have to look at it a little bit longer. But after I finished that one, I still only had 48 pages remaining. I gave it 4 stars. You're following Ethel, and she is a vampire. And then there's Laszlo, and he's a vampire hunter. And he has been hunting her for years. And he saves her from another vampire. He hits his head, and he's got amnesia. And he immediately doesn't know who she is, but he's very attracted to her. And so she ends up saving him. She ends up helping him, healing him, bringing him to her apartment, and things go down. It's not bad things. It was all good things. Like, he does remember her at some point, and I thought it was really cute. I really liked it. It's totally enemies to lovers. I just really liked that one. And I really like Allie Hazelwood, at least her paranormal stuff. I've never read any of her contemporary stuff, but I really want to. So then right after that, I did read Falling by Christina Lauren, which, mind you, this is the second one of the series. And every time I watch somebody on BookTube read these, they hate this one. Like, they despise it. I didn't despise it. I actually somewhat enjoyed it. Very mid for me, 3 stars. You're following Kat and Briggan, and I was confused because I was like, is he a succubus or is he not a succubus? But he has wings, so I'm like, okay, so he's a fallen angel. But like, what I liked was she knew there was something otherworldly about him, and he goes, okay, you get 5 questions, and he answered them, and she asked good questions, and they communicated, and I liked that. The spice was spicy, but it wasn't horrible. So, I mean, I really like that. But with that book, I just went over my page count by 1. So I was very happy. I finished that day. And then that night, I also started Smitten by the Alien Saloon Owner by Ursa Dax. That one, I started that night. I got to about 50%. Well, then the next morning, because I needed to clean, I was like, okay, I'm just going to continue on with a Scared Sexy series. So I got Spicy Little Curses by J.T. Geisinger. Don't know. That one was good. I wasn't expecting the guy. His name is Dax, and then there's Petra. Petra works for like a magazine or like a newspaper or something like that. And she's told that this guy was born with tattoos. They move, and he like something other stuff. So she goes to New Orleans to see him, and he is adamant like she needs to leave. And she has noticed his tattoos move on his skin, and there's a curse, and it's like a voodoo curse, and she is now involved, and they're trying to figure out how to save her so she don't die. They figure it out, but it was good. I really liked it. Short, sweet, loved it. So then I read Space Vampire by Ruby Dixon. I gave that one 4 stars. I did really like that one. I liked that Dana, she's technically called a poodle. She's just a pet to the scientist that is genetically modifying, like making modifications on things. And they actually made a vampire, but he has 3 fingers and a thumb and a tail. And then there was something else. I don't remember. But he didn't have a name, so she named him Vlad. But she was like, okay, I'm the only person or living being on this ship with this vampire. I need to work with him so he don't want to kill me. And they work together, and they end up being together. But I really liked it. They really formed a connection, and he was very worried because they were supposed to be on a ship for like 4 months, and that she wouldn't have enough food because technically he drank from her and she has to eat. And he was so worried about her safety. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was so good. Gave it 4 stars. That one I really didn't want it to end, but I like Ruby Dixon. But yeah. So then I read Beautiful Nightmare by Katie Robert. Mind you, I've never read Katie Robert before. I gave it 4 stars. This one was cute. I really liked Gemma. She is a siphoning demon, and she's supposed to go and like make them immobile. And or no, she's a paralysis demon. There we go. Paralysis, not siphon, paralysis. And she's supposed to like feed off their fear and while they're asleep. She goes to this guy's room. She's not good at this. She doesn't like doing this, but she's trying because she's hungry. You know, you have to feed off the fear. And she goes to his room. She's sitting on his chest. He wakes up, but he is turned on. And she's like, what in the world? Why are you turned on? Da, 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 da. All this stuff. Well, she has to keep going back to him, and they end up talking, and things progress. And that one was really sweet too. I did really like it. I wish these were longer. I wish they were like longer and you get to see a little bit more. But like the ending threw me off. I was like, wait a minute. She gets in trouble, but like how they fixed it threw me off. I was not expecting that. Well, then I read the last one, which is My Boyfriends Are All Monsters. And I gave that one 2 stars. I did not like that one. And mind you, the only ones I hear people talking about are the first two. I don't hear them talking about any of the other four. So this one, you're following Lucy, and then the guy is Hemlock, and he's like a wishing well. And this girl Lucy is with her boyfriend and friends trying to go on a hike to camp or whatever. And he's like not helping her, and she's not a hiker. Like she's trying. And he's like, you know what, just go back down. We're just going to do this and then we'll be fine. And she wants nothing to do with that. So then she just leaves. She finds this wishing well. She makes a wish that she wants like a Hallmark life. She wants somebody to be completely devoted and love her. And he decides he wants to be that person, the well. I don't know. I'm so confused. And there's this like town, and she got hurt and she needs to see a doctor and all this stuff. And she's texting her friends the entire time. But the way they were talking, I was like, this is not my type of commentary. Um, I really didn't like the writing style of this one. Even like the spies, like it threw me for a loop how accepting she was so quickly. And just, I know it's a novella, but there wasn't even a page of, oh my God, like I can't do this or anything. It was immediately like, okay, I'm gonna go get my Kindle and I have a lot of things that I want to try. And I was like, you just found out he's like a monster. Like, it would take me a while. Like, yes, I read monster romances, but it would still take me a while to wrap my head around the fact that the guy's a monster. This girl, there was no time. So I wasn't a big fan of that, but oh wow. But I also did finish last night Smitten by the Alien Saloon Owner. I gave that one 4 stars. That one is not my favorite of the series, but I did really um like following Riven. So he is the only one out of all of the aliens that he doesn't have just like a bunch of cattle. Like he doesn't have just a ranch. Like he has a saloon because his right hand was cut off to a big male cow thing. And so he only has one female cow and a baby just so he can have milk to make like butter and stuff. But he has the saloon, and everybody else, they like kind of bring him a cow every now and then that's dead, and he like butchers it for them or whatever. And then he gets to keep some of the meat. So that's how he gets by. But he also makes them alcohol and everything. Well, then there's Shiloh, and Shiloh is a human on another planet, and she has really bad migraines. And she gets offered to pretty much um, give her body to somebody in order to keep her job. And she denies it, and the guy fires her. So she decides to go to this planet. She sees they have like a calendar, and she sees them and is like, you know what? The place is beautiful. I want to go there and I want to paint. She wants to paint. So she goes, and the moment she gets there, she has a migraine, and she lands by the saloon. And so she gets help by Tasha and Warden 10 to go in because it's snowing. And the other warden and the other 2 aliens that are supposed to meet her, they are snowed in where they are, and they're trying to get to her because she's supposed to be with the 3 and decide which one she wants to marry. Well, she's with Riven, and Riven immediately like, nope, she can have my bed, she can have anything she wants, and he is immediately drawn to her, and she likes the fact that he's catering to her without her having to ask. And she's tried to give him back his bed. He doesn't want it. She wants to do dishes. He doesn't like her doing the dishes, but it's like a bonding moment for them. The ice skating was really cute. I just really liked this one. And he was very open about the fact that he felt like he was trapping her because he knew that she wanted to do art. She wanted to paint. And he's like, I don't want you to feel trapped and all this stuff. It was good. I really liked it. I just cannot get enough of the series, and I really want the books physically. Like, I am dying over here. But I actually read all the books. I read them all, and like I read all my pages, which I was surprised I did. So I don't know, like I feel like I did a really good job this week with my reading. But yeah, I mean, I DNF'd. Well, and I also DNF'd Beautiful Villain by Rebecca Kenny. I know I have the 3rd book in from NetGalley, and I just couldn't do it. So I let them know, like, hey, I can't even get through the first book. Writing style is not for me. So I just put it in there. But she talked about a lot. Well, I have a list. Taylor Swift, Dua Lipa, VR games, Taylor Lautner, Christian Bale, Henry Cavill, Mr. Darcy. She chugged a big bottle of Coke to burp. There was Tesla cars, the show Being Human, and True Blood. She kept saying Slay, and then also Twilight, and made a lot of references to Edward Cullen. I was like, this is too much. Like, that was within like 50 pages. I was like, I can't. I don't like when stuff is referenced that much. And it was like every sentence. And I was like, I don't like this. So I DNF'd it. I couldn't do it at all. But I feel like I did good. I DNF'd 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I DNF'd 5 books. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I read 7 books. I DNF'd 5. So I went through 12 books in 4 days. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I'm glad I got those 7, counting the one from Ursa Dax, off of my TBR. I got all those off, and I get them all with Kindle. And then I got those 5, right? It was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 off of my shelf physically. But there was one that I had 2 books of a series. So technically I got 6 books off my shelf, and I read 7 books from my TBR. I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like I did really good. But yeah, so that's the end of this vlog. I hope you like, comment, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.